Here's my audience. My name's Rachel Sweeney. I'm going to be talking to you guys today about why UT should be a wet campus. It seems like just yesterday, I was a senior in high school stressing about where I was going to be for the next 4 years of my life. Then the day came. I'd gotten my acceptance letter. A rush of excitement took over me when I realized that I was going to get to call the University of Tennessee my home for the next 4 years. Football games, sororities, I wanted to do it all. And just like any other freshman, the one thing I couldn't wait for is finally getting to go to college parties. No curfew, no parents. I finally got to set my own rules. But to my surprise, these parties were nothing like I expected. The majority of the parties my friends and I had gone to, and still go to, are off campus in Fort Sanders. Why? Because UT has a strict dry campus policy. This means that the university strongly enforces that there be no alcohol consumption on campus, which then forces all of us students to drink off campus in the fort. Now, if you're not from Knoxville, you may not see the danger in partying in some off-campus houses. However, Fort Sanders isn't your average everyday nice neighborhood. There have been multiple shootings, robberies, break-ins, you name it, and it's happened here in the fort. Just this year, there was a shooting on Cumberland Avenue, which is a street I personally walk on quite often, especially when walking home from a party in the fort. And on top of that, there was also an armed robbery at the restaurant called Sunspot on Cumberland as well. Situations like this are putting students more at risk than letting them drink on campus. But somehow the university doesn't see it that way. UT thinks that by enforcing such strict dry campus policies, that it will prevent us from drinking. I hate to break it to UT, but it's kind of impossible to stop the inevitable. Drinking in college isn't something that the student body has recently decided to do. It's been the social norm for students all across America for years. My parents even drank alcohol when they were in college. It's nothing new. Instead, the university is being in a constant battle. Instead of the university being in a constant battle with its student body over alcohol consumption, they should be working with us. If UT teamed up and worked with the student body, then all parties could be more regulated. I will be the first to admit that yes, there is quite a bit of underage drinking. However, if UT took the initiative to be a wet campus, there are many steps they could do to prevent this. For example, the university can make it mandatory that every freshman take an alcohol course. This way students could see the risk of drinking too much and the effects it could have on you and your body. It's hard to stop what college students have been doing for decades, but rather than trying to stop it, educating students on exactly what they're doing to themselves is the next best thing. I think many universities, along with UT, have the misconception that by becoming a wet campus means they condone underage drinking, which is not the case. By becoming a wet campus, UT would be allowing students of age to partake in the consumption of alcohol, and UT would also be providing students with a safe environment to do so. The key word there being safe, meaning no possible threats of robberies, shootings, or so on. The number one concern for all universities should be the well-being of their students. But by making us go off campus to partake in such events, it's putting us in greater danger than they realize. It may not seem like a big deal, but what if the shooting or the armed robbery that occurred on Cumberland resulted in the injury or death of a student? These are things that UT needs to take in consideration. Now don't get me wrong, I love the University of Tennessee, but that doesn't mean I agree with their decisions. In 2009, the American College Health Association found that alcohol use only affected academics 3.8% of the time, as stated in the article, The Wet versus Dry Campus Debate. I'm not necessarily saying that alcohol won't affect people's academics, because that would be a lie. But we're in college. It's time for us to make our own decisions, even if it is the wrong one, and learn from it. College is a time for students to figure out who they are and who they want to be. And yes, in order for some people to do this, it requires drinking. According to the National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism, 4 out of every 5 college students partake in drinking. This number was no surprise to me. Think about it. If you have parents, family members, friends that went to college, some of their best experiences or memories occurred when they drank. Plus, it's hard for students not to believe it's acceptable when even Hollywood portrays college drinking as a normal activity. Have you ever seen a movie or a TV show where the main characters are in college? What are they doing? Drinking. Things have evolved over the years, and things that weren't socially acceptable like drinking are now. And it's time for UT to see this and take action. As a current student of UT, I believe it's time for us to take a stand and prove to UT that by becoming a wet campus truly is the best decision. It would make students feel much safer than being off campus. Drinking in college is an activity that thousands upon thousands of students each year partake in, and it doesn't seem like it's going to change anytime soon. Like I said earlier, nearly every 4 out of 5 students drink throughout their college years, And instead of trying to stop us, the university should be working with us. Parties could be regulated, and the university's time could be spent on things that truly need more attention than just trying to bus some college students every weekend. I know it's a big step, but if UT finally took the leap, I know they wouldn't regret it. And here's my audience again. Thank you.